Welcome to... On tonight's Clubhouse Live season premiere, The General returns as we welcome back the Packers great, John Kuhn. Micah Parsons is now in the green and gold. Does that make the Packers the NFC frontrunners? We'll ask the General. And what are Kuhn's thoughts on Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, and the Packers offense? We'll ask that too. All right, it's time to get started. Hey, John, good to see you.
Hey, good Tuesday evening, everybody. Welcome to the season premiere, season 17 of Clubhouse Live. I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network, Wisconsin, and the Post Crescent. Man, is it that time of year again? Is it that time? Is it really that time of year again, everybody? Is it football time? Is it Packers time? How's everybody doing tonight? Let's hear ya. All right, we got a great crowd here, and we've got a great team spotlight here to kick things off. Giving the high fives to the General, making sure he got in safe and sound. Give it up to members of the Appleton East football team. They're right over there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we'll learn more. We'll get to know, I should say, the Patriots here. They're off to a good start here. We'll let Ricardo introduce those guys a little bit later on in the show. But, hey, we got a lot to talk about, as always. We always do on Clubhouse Live. Who's excited for Lions Week, right? It's Lions Week, everybody. The preseason slate is behind us. The 53-man roster is set. Football is back. And how about this? Micah Parsons is in the green and gold. Finally, time to start looking ahead to the big Week 1 matchup between the Packers and Lions. That's Sunday afternoon over at Lambeau Field. Is the offense ready to take that next step? Has the defense now reached elite status now that Parsons is here? How are the banged-up guys healing up? Are the Packers now the favorites to win the NFC North and make it to the Super Bowl, right? Those questions and a whole lot more, they'll be answered over these next 4 months. As always, it'll be a very interesting season in Titletown. Look who's back. Happy Vince is making his return as well. Happy Vince, he's happy because football is back. He's happy because once again we're partnering with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers and the Fox Club. Give them a big round of applause. Happy Vince is very happy because the Brewers are in first place, right? And the Rattlers are a minor league affiliate. Happy Vince, happy because we're kicking off season 17. He's also happy because, did I mention Micah Parsons is a Green Bay Packer? Did I mention that? And last but certainly not least, he's super happy because one of the football players is here. It is our beloved former co-host, a big-time friend of the show. It is former Packers All-Pro, Pro Bowl fullback, soon to be in the Packers Hall of Fame, one of the all-time greats in Packers history. It's John Kuhn. He's here, the General, for a Legends Edition show. First, I want to thank both of our presenting sponsors, Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly. Celebrate back to school with 3 ways to save at Cellcom. Choose from free phones up to $850 with a new line, and save even more when you add a connected watch, tablet, or camera. Check out these great deals and more in-store at Cellcom.com. And Piggly Wiggly is proud to support the Green Bay Packers. As your local grocery store, they're committed to making a difference in the community, both on and off the field. Shop local, shop the pig. All right, I got to do it. I have no idea why this guy is back for yet another season of abuse, of torment, of torture, of ridicule, of being made fun of. But I do have to introduce the other member of our Clubhouse Live crew. It is the one and thankfully the only Chicago Bears fan, Ricardo Arguello.
Yes. Whoa, whoa. I think they're saying Kuhn, John. Oh, no, they were. Okay. Wasn't sure. John was joining in there, Brett, on that. So I'm honored, actually, that you did that.
How you doing, Ricardo?
I'm doing good. I'm excited.
Your Bears did not win the offseason this year. The Packers
No, not
did.
yet.
The Packers did.
Well, yeah, it was a nice move that the Packers made, Brett. I ain't going to lie on that one. So we'll see how it unfolds. Hey, week 1's coming up. I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
4-13 coming up for the Chicago Bears, right? So, Ricardo,
5-12.
interactive show as always. Nothing's really changed other than it's a new season. We're looking a little bit more older, a little bit more around the waist now, but otherwise everything's the same, right?
Pretty much. We're an interactive show, though, Brett, but not tonight. Right, but we usually, though, we invite your comments and questions through the live chat that can be found next to the USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube video stream. I'm monitoring that chat, Brett, and we actually do have some online folks, Brett, that are sticking around here. So I'll relay any comments and questions, though, for you. So.
All right, Twitter users, X users, you can follow me and you at PC Bretzi, at Ricardo DeLeon, at KoonJ30. Also, Facebook, give us a like, facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. So. Now, before we get to the general over here, I do want to mention, and Rosie, if you can get a picture of our friend up on the screen while I say this would be, there he is, Mean Gene, right? As many of you know, Clubhouse Live is going to have a different look and feel moving forward. Our beloved unofficial mascot, Eugene Mean Gene Greening, he passed away in March at the age of 80, and we all knew Mean Gene was in failing health, but it was still a shock and kind of a punch to the gut to all of us, Ricardo, right, when we heard the news. So Mean Gene was a big part of our show for nearly as long as we've been on. I think his first time on was back in 2010 when we had Packers legend, Pro Football Hall of Famer Jim Taylor was one of our guests back then, and that's when we first saw Mean Gene. And we immediately noticed what a fun-loving character he was, and his larger-than-life persona proved to be a perfect fit for what we do. He became a big part of our staff and our family, for sure. He was with us for nearly every show, dancing, shaking those hips, right? Posing for pictures with the fans, bringing smiles and laughs to everyone here. He always made sure to tell Rosie back there that he didn't like a particular pre-show song, right, Rosie? He'd let you know. And he always made sure to give you, Ricardo, a hard time when it came to the Bears. He always dragged that bear teddy bear around with a rope around its neck, I think.
And
right?
I unfortunately, when I lost one of the bets, had to dance with Mean Gene.
You really like that, actually. I know you like that. So we'll miss Mean Gene's energy. We'll miss his personality. We'll miss his enthusiasm and love for life. We'll miss him, simply put. But we'll make sure he's with us every show, every week. Obviously, he's always going to have a place on the desk here. He's here with us in bobblehead, right? And I know Mean Gene loved having a bobblehead, so he'll always be here with us in spirit. And I'd also like to welcome members of Mean Gene's family who have joined us here tonight, right here. Dorothy, his lovely wife, is here. Right there. And other members of the family right here, and then right here as well. So we appreciate those folks for joining us here tonight, and make sure we're going to have a nice video tribute of Mean Gene a little bit later on in the show. So we miss you, Mean Gene, but we know you're watching us, and we know he's smiling because he loved the General. That was one of his favorites for sure. So, hey, Lions, welcome. Matt's on the floor, General. You know what to do. You know the routine. Tonight's special guest, ladies and gentlemen, he spent 13 seasons in the NFL as a tough and hard-nosed fullback who could do it all. He could run, catch, block, and score touchdowns, right? He could do it all. He spent 9 of those seasons as a member of the Green Bay Packers. He earned 2 Super Bowl rings, including one with the 2010 Packers. He put together an impressively productive career, one in which he was named to the Pro Bowl 3 times and All-Pro twice. He was once rated among the top 100 players in the NFL. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's special guest is co-owner of athlete training facilities in the Appleton and Green Bay areas. And again, we'll give a plug for that when he gets up there. He continues to be involved with the Packers radio and TV networks. He has a new podcast coming out. We'll talk about that as well. He's the star of commercials. Have you seen him on those recent commercials, right, for Potawatomi? We'll talk about that as well. And there's no doubt about it, the General is one of the greatest co-hosts we've ever had in Clubhouse Live history, right? Give it up for Green Bay Packers, great future Packers Hall of Famer, number 30. It's John Kuhn. The General. The General is back. He's ready for 2025. I tell you, that handshake, he looks like he could play a little bit fullback, right? He could look like he could go out there a little bit. What do you guys think? Yeah.
If we're on the 1 yard line and only the 1 yard line, we're not making it too far
You
these
need
days.
3 feet is all you need, right?
I mean, my cardio is the bicycle now, the Peloton. So the long running, that's taking a back seat.
You like to bike?
I do like that. Well, you told me you're a bike rider backstage.
Yeah, why don't we go biking?
See, I don't love, I've done it, but I don't love to bike on the road. It's a little bit scary. It is. The Peloton, no matter how fast you go, you're safe. You're not going to tip over. You're not going to slip on some rocks. You don't have to worry about a car hitting you. I mean, it's safe.
Yeah, I know. I know those feelings. And there's some knuckleheads out there that like to drive a little too close and then scream out their window.
But when you got to
biking.
get out of the house because everything's hectic, right? You got to go take that bike ride.
We'll take a bike ride down Cottage Row, and then we'll take that hairpin turn up the hill. You probably know what I'm talking about. I've biked that a few times. That gets the heart pumping a
I
little
bet
bit.
it does, and the quads too.
The quad.
How you doing?
What do you think of my quads? Those things they're built, aren't they?
What are you, like 32, 34 waist right
Oh,
now?
I thought you meant my age.
No.
Oh,
No,
32,
we know.
34.
We all know it's much higher than
Add
that.
Wow,
20
John,
years to
I
that.
appreciate that. Very nice.
I mean, I'm almost as gray as you now, so I know. And you were gray back when I was co-host.
Easy now, but I haven't aged since then, right? I've only gotten creaky joints and everything. But hey, stick around, folks. Or right near the end of the show, I'm going to announce next week's big guest. Hint: he will be one of our anchor guests this season. So
They will be happy.
welcome back to the show. Good to have you here. I can't believe it's that time of year already. But how was the off season for John Kuhn? What'd you do?
Well, shoot, it was great. I did a lot with my kids. I got kids in all kinds of sports these days. It feels like club sports don't ever stop, and yet, the school sports don't stop either. So you're usually doubling up. I mean, I just came from a 5th grade volleyball game here tonight. Very proud of my daughter. She got every serve over the net, and she controlled the controllables, right? So
Absolutely.
we had a good time.
You talking me 5th grade already? I don't even think you had kids when you were
no,
doing our co-host.
we had our first one my last year here.
Okay. Well, you co-hosted.
Well, we were, and I say we. It's not we. My wife was pregnant my last year here.
Okay, boy, time flies. Isn't that something? Unbelievable how time flies. So, well, I tell you what, it's September 2nd, right? Football's in the air, John Kuhn, right? You, as a former player, you still get that itch right now? Is this one of kind of your favorite times of the year?
There are mornings that you wake up and you walk outside and you're just taken back to a time in your life, right? Everybody has that. They have a food, they have a drink, they have a smell, or it just reminds them of something so pleasant in their life. And for me, it's walking outside like I did the other morning, and it was 59 degrees in the morning, and you could smell a little bit of grass, and you could see a little bit of fog in the air, and I said, "Ooh, it's the best season of the year, football season."
Football season
Yeah,
is here.
you got winter, spring, summer, and football season. That's what we got.
I like summer. I don't want to see summer go away just yet.
Oh, it's
right?
gone. It's gone. Bye-bye.
It's gone, especially later this week when it's only going to be in the 50s. But yeah, it's that time of year. But I wanted to say this too. Speaking of some stuff coming up, I know you were part of that Super Bowl 45 championship team. Did you guys see in the Packers Lions game coming up? You guys are going to be honored, recognized, right, as part of the ceremony?
Well, it's the alumni weekend, so they're going to do the same alumni weekend that they normally do. So all the alumni are going to come in, and then they're going to give a special little, acknowledgement to the 2010 team, which is really cool because I don't know if you know this, Brett, but 2010 that was the lockout year, so things got really muted. The celebration was really muted after we won that Super Bowl because the day after Return to Titletown, they locked the doors on us. They didn't let us come back till August 6th when they signed a new CBA. Fast forward 10 years, many, not all, of us were retired by that point in time. And guess what hit in 2020? That didn't allow the 10-year reunion. So, this is one of the times that a lot of us are going to get to see each other, maybe not for the first time, but some guys for the first time and some guys for a very long time. And it's going to be a very special moment for a lot of us.
Coach Mike's going to be there too, right?
I know. I'm really excited about Coach Mike entering the stadium. I'm excited to hear how the fans receive him when he walks in there. I expect it to be a pretty lively event.
He's in Green Bay now too, right? So with obviously no coaching this year, he's back, kind of his home base up in Titletown.
He is. Right? He's got a couple girls that he's still getting their way through school. He's got a 8th grade daughter who actually plays volleyball too, usually right after my daughter's game. So I run into him from time to time. But Coach Mike's doing great. He loves the Green Bay community. He loves Wisconsin. He loves Door County, and I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that game. That's going to be a special game.
Good. Hopefully he gets the applause he deserves. Because
He will.
He had a
I
heck
know
of a,
Packer fans. He will.
He had a heck of a career. And I also kind of wonder if Brian Gutekunst, maybe called Mike McCarthy and said, hey, give me a little dirt on Micah Parsons here, right? You coached him.
Tell me the skinny. What is it about this
what's-
guy? Oh, I can tell you one thing about Micah Parsons. He came from Central Pennsylvania.
Oh, yes.
Oh, about 20-minute drive from where I grew up. This guy's got that grit and that dirt all up and down. He's going to be a hell of a player. I cannot wait for the Packer fans to get to see him, not just when we play the Cowboys, but to see him week in and week out in his drive and to hear how he leads this football team and this defense. It's very exciting.
Tell you what, Pennsylvania, they always build good football players, right?
Well, thanks,
always.
Brett. Thank you.
They do. Yourself, Dan Marino was from there. Wasn't Joe Montana a Pennsylvania guy?
Joe Montana. Well, there was a bunch
Joe
of
Namath, I
quarterbacks.
wanna
Yeah,
say.
all of them from around the Pittsburgh area. You got the running back number 33 for the Cowboys way back into Tony Dorsett.
yeah.
There's been a ton. Actually, there was one point in time when nearly a quarter of the fullbacks in the NFL came from Central Pennsylvania. It was
right?
the weirdest thing. Maybe because 3 Mile Island's there, we all grow a little bit shorter and a little bit wider or something. I'm not sure what it is, but
We won't go there. Let's stay on football, not radioactive
I'm gonna
waste.
keep you
or
on your
something,
toes tonight, Brett. You know that.
Hey, John, you're still doing the stuff with ETS Performance, right?
Absolutely.
Hey, Rosie, put up the picture of John. We did a story when there he is, John and the guys at ETS, Green
Yeah.
Bay, Appleton areas,
That's
right?
at the Appleton, and we have one in Menominee Falls as well. We actually, ETSs are all over the place, but those are the 3 that I'm involved with. I mean, they're all over Wisconsin. There's about 20 in Wisconsin right now. What I love about it is it's derived for the athlete. It's individualized training for that kid, but they have to be self-motivated, right? And it's a faith-based organization, so we take a lot of pride in that. But we really we want to give kids an opportunity that want to push themselves. We don't want to tell a kid what to do because that's what we think is right for you. We want a kid to come in, tell us what his goals are, and we want to adapt a plan for him so that he can succeed with his own self-drive.
And you got some high school guys right here that could take advantage of maybe.
These guys look great already. They got themselves a great strength program. But if you need a little bit of extra, come here.
Yeah, check out ETS Performance here in Appleton, up in Green Bay as well. But you're all over the place, John. You got that. You're on the Packers Radio Network, right? We saw him doing color with Kevin Harlan on the Packers TV network for preseason games. Did a great job. Now you're doing commercials for Potawatomi Casino Hotel Sportsbook. I mean, you're a natural. I like to think that we are the ones who got you your start.
You were. You actually were. And I have to thank you guys quite a bit for that. Wait, but no, you don't get a
so
residual.
some royalties here,
You don't
huh?
get a residual. You don't
Come
get
on.
a royalty.
Come on.
No. Hey, listen, I've passed your name around quite a few times to some players. I think I've given back my fair share.
Yeah, you did.
But to be honest, this is a great platform, and your hosts this year, your co-hosts this year, they'll have a great opportunity as well to build themselves, because you never know what you're going to do in life. You know, football is going to be the best part-time job that you ever have, because that's all it really is a part-time job. But you don't know where you're going to go after. I went to college as a chemistry major. I had applied at the Hershey Medical Center. I was going to go get my doctorate at the Hershey Medical Center. Who knows where that was going to lead? Football came around. I decided to put Hershey Medical Center on pause. Started playing football. Thought it would last maybe a couple years. It lasted 13, and by the end, media came around, and it was, hey, you did a pretty good job there on that Clubhouse Live. You did a pretty good job, when you were on TMJ down in Milwaukee. So just putting yourself out there and making yourself vulnerable, sometimes really great things can come from that.
Not only that, but now you have a new podcast coming up as well called The Tundra with Matt Schneidman, right, over The Athletic,
Yes,
and Matt.
we've had this
going on with
podcast.
that?
We've had this podcast for the last 2 years. We called it The Brick and the Stick.
Okay.
Do you know who was?
Yeah, I know who the brick, you,
Oh,
and Matt,
okay.
the
Yeah.
stick.
Yes,
Right.
and Matt's
there you
the
go.
stick. So Matt's one of the beat writers here in Green Bay for The Athletic. Tremendous job. And I knew the first day I met him, I loved his energy. He was a lot like me, very, very youthful. I mean, I'm 42 years old, but I think football kept me young. I still feel like I'm 30, right? And I can run around and yuck it up and, give rib shots with the best of them. And he was just like that. And he was young, he was ambitious, and he wanted to have a lot of fun talking Packers. And I said, well, why don't we do this? Give us a try. Let's give us everybody. Do you have a podcast?
Ricardo and I do a podcast.
Yeah, for high school.
Everybody has a podcast. What's your podcast?
It's called 920 Sports. It's mainly high school stuff, though, but we do delve into pro football and stuff like that, right,
I'm
Brett?
going to have to dive into that. I'm going to have to
you
get
can be a
that-
guest with us.
the next flight to, how long are your episodes?
Well, it depends on how long Ricardo talks.
Oh, yeah. Wait,
So they're like 30 seconds.
no.
Okay.
It's like 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay, so my next flight out west, I'm going to plug one of those in and listen to about 4 episodes.
And then you'll be sleeping about halfway
and that's
through.
the point.
If that's how you want to go to sleep, feel free.
But yeah,
Well,
so I felt
yeah.
like everybody had a podcast, and so why don't we try it and see what happens? Let's see what all the hubbub's about. And we had a great time. We really enjoyed ourselves the last 2 years. We got approached this past off season with a group out of Baltimore, Sinclair Media, and they said, hey, we want to enhance your podcast. We like what we're hearing. We want to put you on video. We want to enhance the quality of the sound, and we want to put you on different platforms too, so people that are just on Spotify can listen to you, but then everybody that watches podcasts on YouTube or catches them off of Twitter or anything else, we can make that available for you. So we were lucky. We got a good group to back us.
And hence the new name, the Tundra, right? Tundra
The
Podcast.
Tundra, a podcast on the Green Bay Packers.
So look for that, folks. John Kuhn, Matt Schneidman, all right? Because I know it's going to be great stuff. Matt, yeah, like you said, Matt does a great job. Ricardo, are we going to do audience questions here real quick?
Let me get them up here.
Get them up here. I got one more question for John. Then was it tough
I
for
need
you?
Gus and Eli.
Yeah, was it tough for you when you became more media to kind of distance yourself from being the football player, because you do have to be critical sometimes, right? You have to have a critical eye on these guys. And
Well, no, I see. This is what I tell people all the time. This is the best. This is the best part about being employed by the Packers and being part of their media team and really being locally. I'm answering these things the same way I answered them when I was playing, as honest as I could without being hot take-ish.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I can say a guy had a bad game without saying that guy sucked. Right? There's no need to do that, and that's why I'm happy to be here doing local media, to be able to soften the blow on the things that I say. Because quite frankly, you don't need to do media any type of way, but I don't feel like you need to do media in that really jarring, jaw-dropping type of way.
too much of that stuff, those hot takes, right, out there kind of waters it down. It takes the intelligence out of it a little bit. But I know that you and Matt are going to have great stuff. Look forward to listening to that. Ricardo, I look forward to listening to these football players. They have some questions for the ultimate football player right here.
They do, yeah. This is Gus Paul from Appleton East Football. He has a question for John. Go ahead, Gus.
What's one thing that you think has changed now from when you played 13 years ago?
Oh, just about everything in the football landscape, really. Towards the end of my career, the league had changed 2 or 3 times while I was playing. I would say the number one thing right now is just the players have a much bigger voice than what they ever did before. And you can really see that when players get injured, in their ability to seek second opinions and their ability to rehab and take extended rehab time if they feel the need to do so. I think it makes them feel much safer in playing a game that's very innately violent, and really the ability to stand up, like we saw with Micah Parsons, with an owner that he didn't think was respecting him or appropriately dealing with a contract negotiation. He had the power to stand up and say, no, I'm not going to take this. I'm going to go to a different employer who's going to treat me with more respect. I think it's a player empowerment.
And that money, right?
That money.
All right, good question there, Gus. Hey, let's get Eli in here. This is Eli Shimsky, also from Appleton East Football. Your question for John, Eli.
As a Packer legend, what struggles did you go through, and what helped you overcome it and bring your game to the next level?
How long do we have for the struggles?
That'll take up the whole show.
I'd say the biggest struggle was coming from a small school like I did. I didn't come out thinking I'm going to go first round, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I had to really catch up with the speed of a game that was, exponentially faster than Division I college football, and yet I played in Division II college football. I also had to play a position that I never played in college. I played fullback in college, but we ran the wing T, so I ran the football. So I had to learn how to block, which is not what I thought, with your arms out like this and running into somebody. You have to actually stick your nose in, you got to use your hands, and you got to hold the person without getting called for a holding. So really learning a new position and learning how to play at the highest level when I came from a couple tiers down was a massive hurdle that took several years. I feel like I didn't really get up to speed until probably year 4 or 5.
Great questions,
great
you guys.
great answers. We're
Thank
off to
you
a great
both,
start.
Eli and Gus. Thank you,
Season
guys.
17, huh? Off to a great start. General, let's take a timeout. I want to do tonight's stat pack, and I know you love our stat packs. We're still doing those things, right? Packers were the only team in the NFL last season with a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense last year. Green Bay finished 5th in both categories in 2024, marking the first time since 1998 the Packers have posted top 5 finishes in the league in offense and defense. The Packers were 6th in the NFL in points allowed last season at 19.9 per game, also 5th in yards allowed at just 314.5 per game. Then on the other side of the ball, offensively, Green Bay averaged 27.4 points per game to rank 6th, and they were also 3rd in the league in yards per play at 6.4 and 2nd in passing yards per attempt at 9, and the 460 points the Packers scored last year, the 5th most in a single season in franchise history. Boy, there's a lot of good stuff to build upon as you get ready for 2025 and maybe trying to take that next step. So more on that in a second, but Ricardo, we do have trivia, right?
Well, we do, but can I sneak in actually one audience question
Excellent.
here from
Let's
online,
hear it.
I should say, and actually because it's related to what John was talking about, learning to play fullback in the traditional sense. Mindy Shulak from online, she's asking, why, John? Why is the fullback basically disappearing from the game?
So I tend to believe it's more that the game is played in open space a lot more than what it used to be. You still see fullback elements. I mean, you'll see Tucker Kraft doing what the fullback used to do. You're going to see Chris Brooks doing what the fullback used to do. So the Packers are still going to implement a blocking back. But towards the end of my time, I started noticing they started removing FB and started making the playbooks BB, which meant blocking back. And I didn't like that back end. I could start to see the writing on the wall. Along with special teams being changed, right? You don't have a wedge anymore. You don't have wedge busters anymore. And because of that, the big bulky guy who was willing to risk his body to just hit people, that kind of went away. You still see power, but it's more ran out of sub with just a guard and not so much with a fullback or a blocking back. There is elements of it, but the game is played in open space. It's a little bit basketball on grass right now, and I do think there's a moment in time where the fullback could come back as the run game is starting to come back. You've seen that a lot these last couple of years, and some of these teams, now we just played Seattle in the preseason, they had 3 fullbacks on their preseason roster. They're going to keep at least one of them. So if those guys start doing good, maybe people will start copying.
Cyclical. It's a cyclical game, right? It all kind of comes back. So, Ricardo,
Yeah.
still trivia, right? How does it all work?
That's right. First off, we do a great trivia game, but there are some rules. First off, we'll ask the question. If you think you know the answer, you got to raise your hand. Don't shout it out. Okay? All right? And if you're correct, you win what, Brett?
We've got this Fang bobblehead, courtesy of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. And check this out, John. I don't know if you like playing pickleball, but look at this, a Timber Rattlers pickleball racket, huh? That looks pretty good.
Yeah, looks like a torn Achilles.
Just be careful. I've pulled a muscle or two playing a little pickleball, showing my age a little bit.
Stretch your calves. That's all I got to say.
John, I can't stretch, period, anymore. It's just, it's really a futile attempt. So I'll read trivia question number 1, John. The General, you see who raises his or her hand first, right?
I know how to do this.
Now check this out. The Packers kick off their 2025 season against the Detroit Lions, finally at iconic Lambeau Field. First time in a Matt LaFleur's era that they're having a home game to open the season. Lambeau Field opened way back in 1957. Who was the first opponent the Packers faced at Lambeau Field way back when in that season? This is where we need Mean Gene, right? He would know that one.
Or he'd at least take
Mean
a
Gene
guess.
would have
Throw a
been there.
hand up. Right there.
The Chicago Bears is right.
Take a chance. Just take a chance.
You get yourself a Fang bobblehead, young man. Come on up, get your bobblehead. Give the General here a little bit of a handshake. The Chicago Bears, Ricardo.
There you go.
The Packers beat the Bears, of course, that day, 21-17, in a game that was played on September 29th, 1957. Lambeau Field named City Stadium back then. It was renamed for Curly Lambeau, the team founder, in time for the 1965 season. So there we go. Appleton East won. The rest of the crowd 0. All right, we'll see if they can get. Let's see if they can get the next one as well. So, all right, Rosie Moore with the General. Put up our Clubhouse Live GIF of the night. Look at Micah Parsons there. Look at him. He's ready to go. That's what he did after he signed the contract, I guess, when he was up at Lambeau. Got all gussied up He's ready to sack some quarterbacks. So we obviously have some big news to talk about, right? Big happenings in the NFL last week. It kind of was a seismic shift in the NFL. John, I want your thoughts on the engagement between Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, right? That was a big, big deal.
That is a big deal. That is a big deal. Luckily for the man, he's marrying up for himself. And who would say that? That is what's he, a 13 or 14-year NFL vet for first time getting engaged, getting married here?
Not bad to a pop superstar.
Now, I will say, my daughters are big Swifties, so I've got nothing bad to say. They enjoy when Kansas City's on the television, and it's bringing viewership to the NFL. So
absolutely,
it's a good thing.
That was the first big news, but then even bigger news happened 2 days later when Micah Parsons was traded by the Cowboys to the Packers. What do you guys think about that, huh? 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark, big friend of the show, Ricardo. Kenny Clark, he's been on numerous times. He was one of our anchor guests last season. That one hurt. That one hurt to see Kenny go. There's no doubt about that. But obviously, if you can make that deal, that's just something you got to do. Even you, John, you had tweeted a couple days earlier, Micah freaking Parsons, and got everybody all riled up.
Isn't it exciting? Isn't it exciting, though? I mean, if you look, Brian Gutekunst had watched Ted Thompson bring in Charles Woodson after drafting Aaron Rodgers and then building that team that he did. They won a Super Bowl. He learned from watching Ron Wolf, who not just traded for Brett Favre, but then brought in Reggie White as a free agent. That was obviously the right move, so that won a Super Bowl. And we all feel this transition to Jordan Love as we got our next guy. We got our next franchise quarterback. Well, now we need to get our heart and soul of our defense, the guys that are going to take it over the edge, be that true leader, be that true not just say it, but be it when you're on the field. And they think they got their guy. I think they got their guy. And I think the Packers, playing from that script that we saw all the way back in Brett Favre's Super Bowl to Aaron Rodgers' Super Bowl, and hopefully now Jordan Love's Super Bowl, it's very exciting.
Yeah, there you go, right here. How does he transform the defense, John, right? And you can even look at it from your standpoint. You're a fullback. You're there to protect the quarterback, and you see this guy coming around the edge, or even throwing him with A-B gap type stuff.
Yeah, so when people talk about the NFL, and you go down there and you watch it on the sidelines, you have no idea how fast this is. And he's faster than that, right? You watch a normal practice and the way these guys swipe and the way these guys move and the way these guys can continue moving forward while after making contact. Micah Parsons is the high end. There are very few guys that can do what he does. And because of that, you can line him up at outside. You can line him up inside. He's very versatile. He's played middle linebacker. He's played outside linebacker. He's played defensive end. He's mugged up in the A-gaps. He gets one-on-one with the center. And I cannot fathom how excited Jeff Hafley is to be able to say, I got now a budding star in Edgerrin Cooper here. I got Rashawn Gary on the outside. I got Lucas Van Ness who can play up and down the interior line. I got a bunch of young guys here in addition to the inside of the defensive line. And I can play Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons won't have a position. They listed him as D-end, opposite of Rashawn Gary today on the depth chart. He's not going to be a position. He's going to be a number that teams are going to look at as soon as they break the huddle. Where's he at? That's where we're going, and that's going to open everybody else up if they can even stop him. So he's the kind of guy that can beat a double team, and he's the kind of guy that if Jeff Hafley schemes a one-on-one for, he's going to win that.
So based on that answer, I take it that you anticipate the Packers' defense is going to take even another big step up just with the addition of this one player.
I do, and I think the Packers, they like the advancement of their younger rush ends. They like the advancement that Lucas Van Ness has taken this year, that Kingsley Enagbari has taken this year, that Brenton Cox has taken this year. But, man, when you talk about if you have an opportunity, it's just an opportunity. If you have an opportunity to get a generational guy, one that's above 99% of the guys that he has ever played with or been on the field with, you got to strike at that. So they got the pass rush much better, which is going to make the cornerbacks happier because they know I'm going to have to cover for about 2 to 2.5 seconds. That's it. That makes their job a lot easier because then they can really trust their technique and not worry about a broken play. So everybody's excited about this. and the lift it gives to a locker room, what it tells the team, the excitement the team has to not just say, all right, we're going to go out and play the Lions and we're going to beat the Lions this time. Do you realize the Packers are 2-6 with Matt LaFleur versus Dan Campbell? Last 8 games, 2-6. So these players are saying, we can beat them. We know we've played with them, but they haven't beaten them a lot. They've only beaten them 25% of the time. This guy comes in, it's like, yeah, now it's our time. Now we're going to take. And when you play with that confidence, you start making plays that you didn't normally make in the past.
Now, listen, Packers considered a good team already pre-Micah Parsons. Now, all of a sudden, these so-called experts out there have the Packers as the favorites of the NFC. I thought this was a team game, though, John. Can one player make that big of a difference?
Yeah, because I told you, it's not just bringing Micah Parsons in. That one player lifts. Micah Parsons is going to make Rashawn Gary better. Micah Parsons is going to make Lucas Van Ness better. He's going to make Adrian Cooper better. He's going to make everybody in the back end better. I always said I would have never made 3 Pro Bowls had I not played with Aaron Rodgers. That's the truth. I mean, it's just the truth. I mean, we all, Josh Sitton, TJ Lang. If we had not played with Aaron Rodgers, had we played with, I'm not going to bring up a name because I don't want that to sound poorly against the player, but playing with Aaron Rodgers made us all better. It's going to make every single defensive player better. And when the defense is better, guess who else is better? The offense, because more turnovers, put in better positions to score. If you have a 4th and 3 at the 33-yard line, maybe you kick the field goal because you trust your defense isn't going to let them score a touchdown on the next drive. So it changes the philosophy and the mindset of every single player on that team.
I'll tell you what, Micah Parsons not the only key acquisition, right? Nate Hobbs at corner, he brings a physicality. The whole defense seems like now it really has a swagger to it. Then Jeff Hafley's second year, all these guys that were under his scheme are going to feel a lot more comfortable in what they're doing. Sky's the limit for this defense. I mean, they really could be elite, especially if health is on their side as well.
And I believe that too, because we started to see what Jeff Hafley's scheme can do towards the end of last football season when they took that run from like week 8 into the playoffs, and it was rather impressive. They struggled in man coverage, so they struggled really getting pressure last year with man coverage. So they kind of switched to going to a more fire zone, which is tricking the offense. So in order to get pressure, you had to trick the offense. Well, now we might be able to go out there and get pressure by just lining up against the other team and being better. That is something that if you have a defensive coordinator that knows I can win by just lining up there and being physically imposing and better than the defense, wait until I unveil our trick plays, because I'm going to wait for the right time, the 1 or 2 or 3 times a game instead of 6, 7, 8 times a game to try and trick them to get home.
Should be fun. We'll find out here in the next, 5 days, I guess, right? Is a Sunday from now.
Is it Tuesday?
It is
Tuesday. It still feels like Monday.
I know. I'm getting all mixed up here because usually we're on Monday nights. But, all right. But as we all know, it all starts with the quarterback, right? The quarterback is still the most important piece of that puzzle. Mm-hmm. Give me your thoughts on Jordan Love. What gives you the belief that number 10 is the guy that is going to take the Packers where they want to go?
Well, just because he is one of the greatest human beings I've ever interviewed. He's one of the greatest human beings that I've ever talked to without being a teammate of. He's humble yet hungry, which is a weird combination to have, right? He's just a guy that's so grounded. He's never going to get too high. He's never going to get too low. I think you need that at the quarterback position. You're going to throw interceptions. It's just going to happen. You're going to throw an interception from time to time, and you got to be able to come back and make the right call and make the right adjustment and make the right throw when you get back into the football game. So because of that, I think he's got all the mental and emotional makeup that it takes, and you've seen the talent that he has. I mean, we've seen it throughout his short starting career already. He can put some balls in some pretty nice spaces. Matt LaFleur says he doesn't want to take that aggressiveness out of him. He's going to continue to do that as well. With Jordan Love, with Micah Parsons, with this entire Packer team, staying healthy, being available, and going through, the tough stretches of the season, that's going to be the key to this team. But, man, I don't see why they can't compete with Detroit, win this division, and potentially make a run in the playoffs.
Jordan shows, yeah, there you. I know you like that. Jordan definitely shows flashes of elite stuff, no doubt about it. Let's do a quick rundown here and just your quick thoughts overall. Overall in the offense, we talked about Jordan, but of course there's Josh Jacobs in the running game. Now you got rookie Matthew Golden, who looks like an absolute speedster with fantastic hands, great route runner. The tight end tandem, Tucker Kraft, Luke Musgrave. Now you got Elton Jenkins in the center of that offensive line, and Aaron Banks now at left guard. This is an offense. We talked about the defense with Micah Parsons, all these pieces, but this is an offense that can be awfully productive, like we kind of talked about with our stat pack last year.
Yeah, I think Matthew Golden he's definitely a wide receiver one. He's a guy that everybody's going to love when he's getting the football. He catches damn near everything. I saw one drop through all of training camp, which is pretty impressive, and it was a hard catch, but I saw one drop through all of training camp. He's definitely going to elevate the entire wide receiver corps, because if you have a guy that you can go to and teams have to favor him, again, just like Micah Parsons, it opens stuff up for other people. That might take some time to really develop into what we're used to seeing out of top-end wide receivers and the Jordy Nelsons and the Greg Jennings and the Devontae Adams of the world. It might take some time to get there, but he's definitely capable of getting there. I hope he gets there this year, right? That's why. Josh Jacobs, everybody loves Josh Jacobs. You know what you're getting with Josh Jacobs. Just durable, tough, hard-nosed runner, very instinctive. Jordan's great. We just talked about Jordan. Tucker Kraft is one that I really think has an opportunity. I personally would take him over any other tight end in the NFL with his ability to block and his ability to run routes and his ability to catch a football and run with the football afterwards. I'd take him over any other tight end in the league, and I'm probably partial, but I think he's that special, and I think he has the opportunity to be an all-pro either this year or next year or at some point in time in his career. My only question mark with the offense is the offensive line. They've had so many moving pieces throughout camp. Aaron Banks came in here, the big free agent acquisition. He's missed some serious time with the back. Yeah. That made Jordan Morgan go into guard when we really wanted a battle between him and Rasheed Walker to figure out who'd start there. Jordan looked good when he was at tackle. I don't know if he got enough work to convince the coaches. They just listed Rasheed Walker today as the starter. So there's just a lot of unknown there. Again, Elton Jenkins, just been a stalwart at left guard, one of the best guards in the league. Now he moves to center. How's that going to go, taking snaps from him? That's the only reservation I have. But if I know Adam Stenovich, those guys, they'll have a plan and they'll have it figured out.
They'll get ready. They'll be ready to go. They'll have it all ironed out for sure. So it should be a lot of fun. Last one before we take a timeout, and Ricardo will do trivia question number 2. You guys were kind of that young up-and-coming team, a lot of pieces, right? And you figured it out. You figured out how to win a Super Bowl. I feel like this is a similar situation right now. Okay, you mentioned you got your Charles Woodson. Now they got their Micah Parsons. What's it going to take for this team with all this talent, all these pieces to kind of get over that hump, figure it out? Because they have playoff experience. Last 2 years they've been to the playoffs, so they've got that under their belts. They know what it's all about. But just to take that next step and finally get to, again, where they want to go, what's it going to take?
I think they just have to bond. They just have to be a team. They just have to connect with one another personally, physically, on the field, off the field. They have to come together as a bunch of brothers, because I can tell you, you put more out there when you love the guy next to you. You don't want to fail because you don't want to let your family down. You don't want to let your brother down. So I feel like this team is as close as I've seen in a very long time. I felt it throughout training camp in Indianapolis. It felt like it just had a really good feeling about it. If Micah Parsons enters this locker room and it just bumps that feel, that drive, that push, it just might be enough. They got the talent to do it, and we've seen what they have done in the past. Now we feel like they're ready to take that next step.
How about the general, ladies and gentlemen? How about the general? Always, always, always good, always great. Oh, I know. Yeah, let's hear those Kuhn chants for the man, right? Yes. I know you love it.
It's great.
You love it.
They still do
right?
it.
People
Every
still,
Sunday when I roll into the stadium, they still do it. It's
probably on
fantastic.
your bike rides. There are probably people doing that, right? If you're out, I know you do Peloton, but if you're out in the streets, they're probably still saying "cool"
every now and then.
Yeah, every now and then. So it's good to have the general back. Kind of brings back some great warm memories when he was our co-host for 2 years. Boy, we had some good times back then as well. But we're having a good time tonight, and Ricardo, we're gonna have a good time with this next trivia question.
That's right. No, I need both you and John to look out in the crowd to see who raises their hand first.
This is for the pickleball paddle, by the way.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, here we go. Running back Josh Jacobs is expected to again be a key playmaker for the Packers offense this season. Now, last year he rushed for 1,329 yards. That's the most by a player in his first season with Green Bay. Who had held that team rushing record before? And I'll get
Oh, he knows right there. Yes,
okay.
He got it. Didn't need the hint. Eddie Lacy, come on up. Get your paddle, pickleball paddle. There you go. Yeah,
Look at
get
this
your
guy.
paddle. Meet the general.
Stay out of the kitchen with that thing.
Eddie Lacy, Ricardo, friend of the show, beatboxing. I think he was one of your guests back.
Definitely was one of my.
Yeah.
I loved Eddie Lacy. He liked to have fun.
Oh boy, did he
He's a
like to
great
have
guy.
fun?
We had some fun.
we
had
almost-
some
Right,
fun back in the day.
we almost
Listen, you talk about coming together as a family and being one. We definitely were one. We probably partied a little bit too
John,
much.
there were a couple times that Eddie Lacy was on that we got almost in some big trouble.
Yeah, I know.
Let's just put it that way. You
But
and then
hey, sometimes you got to get in trouble with your brother to get close with your brother.
We were pushing the envelope there a couple of those nights, including a night when David Bakhtiari was our co-host.
Yes,
as
I
well.
remember that.
And it really, I was trying my hardest to hold on to that steering wheel that night. It got way too crazy. But Eddie Lacy, he 1,178 yards as a rookie with the Packers in 2013.
Pro Bowl.
Yeah. And Jacobs, he's coming off the fourth 1,000 rushing season of his career. Only the fourth player in Packers history with at least 1,300 plus yards in a season. Amon Green, Jim Taylor, Dorsey Levens, and now Josh
Have
Jacobs.
you ever really dug in? I mean, the great running backs that have been here, and we talk about them. If you've ever really looked at our list of running backs and career rushing yards, you'd be surprised because so many of them overlapped. They don't have as many yards as you would expect. I mean, Amon Green's up there; he's the leader. But then there's a quick drop off to guys, 4,000, 5,000 yards, and it just goes to show you this game doesn't last forever.
No, it doesn't, right? Especially for a running back. They're really short-lived, the beating they take. So good stuff there. Rosie, we've got some more good stuff. We need some music because it is time for tonight's Clubhouse Live Challenge. Once again,
Challenge.
sponsored by Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, your center for dental excellence, voted Reader's Choice Best Dentist in the Best of the Bay contest. Let Dr. Sebastian and his team of professionals help you achieve your dream smile. All right. We're going to play a little game, and you're going to try to win some prizes tonight. Right?
Oh,
You
boy.
feeling good? You
Yeah.
remember these Clubhouse Live challenges?
Yeah, they're tough.
Well, we used to just do trivia. Now we do physical challenges, and tonight
How do you do it?
we're going to do something, a brand new game that we call Packers Sing-Along, all right? It's just called Packers Sing-Along. Now, Steve Hermes, where are you, Steve Hermes? Right there. You're trying to win prizes for Steve back there. He's waving to
Is
you
this
over
going to
there.
be finish the line or something like? Is that what I'm doing? I'm finishing the line.
You might be onto something, John. This is a brand new game in which I will give you 5 song lyrics, okay? All you have to do is finish the lyric or lyrics.
Okay.
I'll let you know how many missing lyrics there are. Very easy game, right?
Okay.
Very easy game. Each correct answer will win our contestant a corresponding prize. It's up to you if you actually want to sing the lyric, okay? By the way, all 5 of these songs are all sports-related songs.
Fantastic.
Okay?
Now,
Yeah.
Brett, are you going to sing the first parts of the songs?
I can
Okay.
I can try.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of got a squeaky voice.
Karaoke.
Going through some puberty type
Karaoke
stuff
down at
right
Aunt
now.
Doozy's. I
So-
just did that the other week.
Did you? Yeah.
I chose I Wish, and I realized he sings way faster. When you're doing it in the car, you think you're keeping up. You're not keeping up.
Ricardo loves karaoke. He's a big karaoke
Karaoke.
guy.
Love it.
Maybe while we're biking, then you guys could have some karaoke time
There we go.
together at some point. Bring back the gang's back together again, Ricardo. Me, the general, and you. All right, so here we go. 5 songs. Now, prize number 1, Steve, you could win this: a USA Today Network Wisconsin Frisbee.
No expense spared right there, my friend.
10 cents right there. 10 cents. You are 1 missing lyric. 1 missing
Missing
lyric.
one lyric,
One lyric.
meaning one word.
Yeah, 1 word.
Okay.
One word. I'm sorry, 1 word. So here we go. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Look at me. I can be.
Center field.
There you got it.
Nice.
That's 1. You got the Frisbee, Steve. Yeah. Center field, John Fogerty.
John threw a little vocalization in there as well.
Center
Very nice.
field. Yeah, I'm a little. You were right on. I'm a little off, but John Fogerty, CCR
Honey,
fame.
honey, and tea.
Honey and tea.
Yeah.
I like honey actually. Honey's good for you. All right.
You don't like tea?
Maybe with a lemonade, we call it an Arnold Palmer or something to kind of sweeten it up a little bit. I probably should drink tea though. It's
You should
good
give
for
it a
you,
shot.
isn't it? Yeah. All right.
Earl Grey. It's got the most caffeine in it.
3. I'll talk about that after the show. I'm kind of curious about that. So 3 missing words for this one.
Okay, 3 words.
What's the prize?
Oh, the prize
Yeah.
is a Miller Lite can koozie right there. Our friends at Miller Lite.
Yes. 35
That's a
cents
must.
retail.
Here we go.
Why are we
Here we
knocking
go.
these prizes? These are fantastic.
Are you listening?
My
Three.
mom would want that koozie.
We'll get you one in the back.
Well, no, I got to win it
You
for
got to
our
win
guest.
it. We got to win for Steve.
Yeah.
3 words. Here we go. I had a friend who was a big baseball player back in high school. He could throw that.
Can you sing it? Because I could. I mean, it
wasn't
sounds like
singing.
you're reading
He could
haiku
throw, well, that's,
right now.
Bruce
I'm
Springsteen
struggling.
reads his lyrics for crying out loud. He barely sings.
Give it to me one more time.
I had a friend who was a big baseball player back in high school. He could throw that.
Pigskin a mile.
Good enough. Speedball Bayou. They were right. Speedball. That was
Speedball Bayou.
Glory Days by
He
Bruce
was throw the
Springsteen.
baseball bio.
They call it a speedball, though.
Ski ball?
Speedball, like a fastball.
Oh, he said speedball.
Speedball.
Oh. So I thought she said b-ball, so even if I would have copied her, I'd have gotten it wrong.
Well, it's a little unfair, Ricardo, because why doesn't he say fastball?
I don't know. You know Bruce, that's your guy.
I do like Bruce Springsteen, but he reads his songs, right? He doesn't sing it. He doesn't sing much. So, all right. So we're good. We'll accept that because speedball, fastball, it's weird. Steve, prize number 3, this Miller Lite Packers shirt right there. All right, here we go. They're getting more intense as we go along.
How many words now?
3.
3 I didn't do good with.
No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions.
Of the world.
There you go.
Brett, John, it was like Freddie Mercury was right here. It's incredible.
I felt like Freddie.
It's incredible.
I felt like Freddie. That might be what the Packers are singing in February, right? Might be.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
We are the champions.
I'll tell you, when you play that after you actually win it, it hits a little bit different.
Is it?
It hits different.
Yeah, I bet. Well, you know, right? You know it twice. You got 2 Super Bowl rings.
I'm talking about even with these guys back in Little League, back in high school, back in college. You win something, you play that song, it hits a little different.
Yeah, it means something, right? Yeah, absolutely. All right, another 3 missing words coming up. Okay. Oh, the prize. I'm sorry. There's a John Kuhn signed photo of the General. Steve, you're 3 for
Priceless.
3. Here we go. Are you ready for some football?
A Monday night party.
There you got it. Yes.
We got Frank and Al and Dan. We're gonna get it kick-started. I just watched the
Got
replay
it.
of the '97 opener, Packers Bears to Monday Night Football. Man, they don't do it like they used
don't.
to do it, man.
They don't do it
and
like that.
And listen, I respect and love Carrie Underwood every bit as much as the next person, but man, Hank was something.
You know what, John? I remember in '96 I covered the Packers-Eagles Monday night game. It was the first time that Monday Night Football had been at Lambeau Field, and who knows? Holy smokes. I mean, it was a Monday night party.
Yeah, I watched the entire intro to that thing entirely too long. I don't know why I spent that much time watching this video. But the announcers, Al Frank, they were all sitting in there and they were trying to talk. But the Lambeau crowd, this is back in '97, the Lambeau crowd was so loud they couldn't hear themselves think, and they were like, we got to get to a break.
It was different. It was something different back then. It was a Monday night party. Hank Williams Jr., by the way, sang that song. All right, last one.
What's the prize?
The prize is a Shields Mini Football Packers edition.
Yeah.
Our friends at Shields, right there. So here you go. This is missing one word.
One.
But we will accept 2 different answers for it.
Okay.
Okay, now listen.
What if I give both? Do you have 2 footballs?
Then you give them
Give one to
you
somebody
them-
else?
I don't have 2 footballs. Why do you have to be so complicated here? All right, I was not prepared for that.
Does he get the yellow flag?
No, I need that. Okay. Budgets are tight. I need all my props I can get. So here we go. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. So let's root for the
Home team.
or
Brewers.
go. The Brewers is what we're looking for. Or the Timber Rattlers.
Listen, I've been to a lot of stadiums. I mean, yeah, we are here. I
Or
mean,
the Timber Rattlers. We are a Brewers affiliate after all. John Kuhn, you have done it. You have gotten through Packers sing-along. Steve, you're going home with the Frisbee, the can koozie, the Miller Lite shirt, the signed photo of the General, and the Shields mini football. Rosie, some championship music. How about that? I'm exhausted. Whew. That's a lot of singing for me. I need some tea.
Do you know this song?
I don't know what this song is. It's one of Rosie's masterpieces back there. He's the mad scientist.
It's a classic. It's a classic polka.
It is. Ricardo, we got through the challenge.
Yes.
John did it.
Yes.
We might have to do Packers sing. Maybe we should try with Matthew Golden sometime.
Oh, we should
right?
try that, yeah.
But I don't know the current songs too well.
Did you just let the cat out of the bag by accident?
I
No,
think
we already announced that.
Oh, you did announce
Yes.
We
it.
already
Okay,
announced
good.
that. We already announced that Golden and Evan Williams will be our 2 anchor guests this year.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Yes.
These fans are in for a treat.
Yeah, they're going to be a lot of fun. But you're a lot of fun. You're the guy that's priming the pump here, ready to go, right? We're having a lot of fun with the General here tonight. Rosie, or Ricardo, it's our first high school team spotlight of the season. Talk
Yes.
about the Appleton East football team.
Yes, get them up. Stand up, boys. Here we go. Brett, Appleton East, we're already at the 3rd week of the season in the high school ranks here. They are 1-1 on the season. They host Nina this Thursday. That's a big Fox Valley Association game. That's at Pickett Field. Kickoff 7 o'clock. East is coached by first-year head coach Jarius James. Right there, Jarius.
There we go.
There he is.
Hey. Now, Brett, I visited Appleton East. By the way, they have a great new weight room. It's incredible. That thing is that thing is similar to some college
State of
weight
the art.
rooms. Incredible. Very energetic, Coach James. He has a lot of energy. And you're from Texas, correct? Yes, he's from Texas. So he brings a lot of that Texas energy up here, trying to get Appleton
They know how to
East.
do high school ball in Texas.
What was that?
They know how to do high school ball.
They know
in
how to
Texas.
do it over there. So a lot of enthusiasm for this team, Brett. And I talked to Todd Marks, who I don't think is here. Is he? No, he's not. So Todd Marks, one of our Elite 11 players, one of the top players in the Valley. He was very excited, Coach, talking about you and the excitement that this whole program has. This is a program that's itching, Brett. They're itching to get on the positive side of the win column at the end of the season and make it to the postseason, right, guys? So let's give it up for Appleton East. They're going in the right direction.
Yep.
Do we have a field mic that we can take and have them introduce their name and position? I think that would be cool.
Ooh. Do we have enough? Do we have
I'm looking at some of these numbers here. I see a lot of linemen, but I'm wondering about some of these other guys.
I don't know if we have enough time for that, right? If we
We
introduce
can't extend
everybody.
this 5 minutes. What kind of time crunch are you on? You got a commercial break you got to get to?
I wanna
No
drink,
commercial
I
break.
want to drink some tea and get my voice
Yeah,
feeling a
you
little
wanna
bit better.
drink tea, yeah.
Anyway, well, this is what we have to do, though, right now,
Okay.
John. As we mentioned at the opening of the show, our unofficial mascot, the beloved Mean Gene, passed away back in March. And Rosie, I want you to play this video tribute we have to our friend, and just kind of sit back and take a look at our friend Mean Gene. All right, we know Mean Gene. You know he's watching and having loving what we're doing. And again, we appreciate his family for being here, and thanks to Rosie for putting together a great video as well. Good job, Rosie. A really good job. You have memories. Well, first of all, I gotta thank you, John, too, because when Mean Gene passed away, I texted you and Tom Crabtree. You guys had a real special connection. You were our first 2-player co-host as well, but you got some good memory. You dressed as Mean Gene during Halloween, right?
Yeah, I came down here as Mean Gene one time, and I'll tell you, why did you have to do this to me? I was hoping you'd let me go without talking, but I'll say this. If we all aspire to live life like Mean Gene, we'll all be happy, and we'll all be very successful, because that man, he was a special fan. He had a lot of great things to say. And he was a true Packer fan. I think that's what made him so special. He was that Packer fan that we always talk about, the one that wants to, when you're doing bad, lift you up, and the one that, when you're doing good, tell you how good you're doing. But he was there every week, and he was a special, special person, and I'm glad I got to meet him.
I'm glad you're here for this tonight, because he loved you. Loved you, John. Yeah, absolutely. There's Dorothy right there. All right, now listen. Mean Gene is saying, knock it off, that's enough, right? He wants to dance, he wants to wiggle those hips, he wants to shake that.
And you know he's watching from up there.
You know
he's watching down.
He's saying, knock it off,
Yeah.
guys, all right? He's having a good old time, smiling, getting ready for the Packers season, which I'll lead into this last one. Keys to victory, right? The season starts now, John. It's Lions week.
It does.
They got to get out to
It
a
does.
1-0 start.
We
right?
got a very tough schedule this year, the way it locks up. The AFC North, the NFC East, and then the crossover game with Denver in Denver. It's definitely a very difficult schedule. And this is one that you look early on. Weeks 1 and 2 are 4 days apart.
Yeah.
And they're both at home, thankfully, but they're both against teams that were very successful last season. Obviously, we know what Detroit has. But they got something coming for them, because when you continually have the bullseye on your back, the teams, they inch closer, they inch closer, they inch closer. So this is the time that this Packers team really needs to kick the door down, beat a Dan Campbell team, take the lead in the division, and really get off to a fast start, because this season's going to, they always say it doesn't start until the end of October, but man, you can find yourself in a great hole if you don't get a good start here.
Statement time, right?
Yeah.
Make a statement and right here now. What's Dan Campbell thinking right now? He's like, what the heck? Now they got Micah Parsons? I wasn't ready for this guy. He's been planning and scheming all offseason.
That's a little bit of an added bonus. Now, we'll see how much Micah plays. If you remember at the Khalil Mack trade back in 2018, we played Chicago the first game of the season, and they all talked about going into that game, how much is Khalil Mack going to play? Well, the coaches admitted we're going to limit him. He went out there in the first half. He played probably 15, 16 plays, maybe 18 plays. Very impactful. Knocked Aaron Rodgers out of the game. They were winning by a lot. Second half came around. They had a little bit of a lead. They started resting him. They started maintenance, load managing him. Packers came back. Aaron Rodgers brought us right back. So you got to be careful in how much you do play him, because he hasn't played a lot in this preseason, and we know his back is an issue. But man, if he's going to get you over that edge, he's got to be out there on that field.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. How about a round of applause for the General tonight? They love you, John. They love you. They love you. We love you too. I don't know about that turkey over there, but he's not even paying attention right now. That shows you his.
How many guys did you get to cry on here?
We've had a few.
You did?
Mainly Ricardo after the Packers-Bears
just
game.
Ricardo.
Yeah.
Just Ricardo.
Mainly him, but there's been a few guys that have shed some tears, without a doubt. There's no doubt about it. So, but let's do up north, right? We're going to predict the Packers, Lions, Ricardo. Here we go again. You've been wrong more times than you've been right. I've been right more times
you haven't
than
been
you've been
keeping
wrong.
track of that. You don't know that.
Who's going to win that big Sunday afternoon showdown at Lambeau?
Brett, I have picked the Packers on many occasions to win, so I don't think you're right on your little statement there. But for this week, no. I think the Lions are going to come into Lambeau. They're going to knock off the Packers. Parsons, listen. Parsons will make a difference. I just don't know if he's like on a pitch count or with his back or whatever. I'm just saying, this week the Lions prevail. That's my pick, Brett.
Well, look at this, guys. Victory visor is on my head again for the first time this season. How about 24-20? I don't even know if it's going to be really that close. So I'm saying 24-20, maybe the Lions get late touchdowns. Not going to matter. Listen, 2 new coordinators, a revamped offensive line, kind of a team in transition, the Lions, a little bit. So, and now you got to deal with the Micah Parsons thing, and they're scrambling a little bit. I think the running game is going to have a big day for the Packers. I think Josh Jacobs is going to do some stuff. I think Micah Parsons is going to make a play or 2 or 3 or 4, and some of those guys on defense as well. And I think Jared Goff is going to have a few mistakes. And I think there are going to be some key mistakes, and I think everybody's going to be celebrating right here on Clubhouse Live next Monday night, 24-20. Green Bay is going to win. You like that?
If you remember last year, Lions came into Lambeau Field. It was a little bit rainy of a night, and it was a night that the Packers players really shot themselves in the foot, dropped passes, turnovers, fumbles. And I think they're going to watch that tape pretty heavily this week on the offensive side and say, hey, had we not done that, I mean, we were right there in the ballgame. I think they only lost by 7 with all those self-inflicted wounds. And the energy in this stadium for a home opener is unlike anything else. It's going to be a 3:30 home opener, too, which means that's the perfect game because noon, it's a little too early for us, Wisconsinites to get in that prime time.
Yeah, right.
The night game, we hit prime time and started coming back down a little bit. It's like 3:30 is the perfect time
Sweet
to have a
spot right
home
there.
opener. It's the sweet spot. I think the crowd's going to be absolutely electric,
Gonna be amped
and
up.
I think this team's going to get it done this time. There's always rust in the first game,
Yep.
so whoever's rust hurts them more is probably going to be the team that loses, but I think this Packers team is focused for the Lions this time.
You like that, right? Packers victory over the Lions.
I'm going to say 30-24.
30-24, I think that's a fair
30-24.
score. Yeah, I think within a touchdown should be the final score. But Ricardo, Packers News app, as we wind down, we got to get John back on the road.
Yeah, that's right. Packers News app with exclusive commentary, insider analysis, and award-winning photos and videos from USA Today Network, Wisconsin's Packers coverage team. Brett, that Packers News app, your one-stop shop for complete coverage of the Green Bay Packers, unlimited digital access to the Packers News app, and PackersNews.com can be yours. Get this, for as low as 99 cents for the first month. Please subscribe today.
That's a good deal. Now, hey, Rosie, get our picture first of our guy, Mike Thiel, and doing his thing.
Oh.
I know you've got it. There he is.
There he is.
Our guy, yeah. Mike Thiel of Eric Lives Here,
Yes.
who is here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We've used his song MVP for our intro and outro music for many years. He will be playing at Titletown Game Day Live next to Lambeau Field on November 10th. Get a live shot on these guys right here, Ricardo and Mike Thiel. There's Mike right there. That's the Monday night game before the Packers take on the Eagles, so definitely check that out. November 10th, Titletown Game Day Live next to Lambeau. More details on Titletown.com. Mike Thiel, ladies and gentlemen, he's back from Nashville. We want to thank our presenting sponsors and friends. Our 2 presenting sponsors, Cellcom and Piggly Wiggly, also our segment sponsor, Munoz Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, and our supporting sponsors and friends, Shields Escort Limousine Service, Mayfield Sports Marketing, Mike Thiel and Eric Lives Here, Miller Lite, and of course the good folks, as always, here with the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, and the Fox Club, the T-Rats. The T-Rats, right?
And tea for your throat.
Yeah, and tea and some honey for my throat. Programming note, next week's guest will be Packers safety and one of our anchor guests this season, Evan Williams. He'll be here. Evan will join us semi-regularly throughout the season, so you definitely want to be here for that as we look back on the Packers Week 1 showdown with the Lions and more. Joined us last year, really fun guy. We made him juggle baseballs and all that. You know what we kind of do here.
How'd he do?
He did well.
Yeah, because he listed that as one of his talents,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
You know him, we have Jared Bush and the trombone
Well,
and all that
when you
stuff.
list it as a talent, you better damn well come through when they call on you.
I'm digging deep in those files to try to put him on the spot. So, but Mike, next Monday night, 6:30, right here at the Fox Club, Matthew Golden will also be one of our anchor guests this season as well.
By the way, Brett, is that next week's or that Monday show, is that going to be an abbreviated show? Bears play, so I got to get out of here.
We're going to make it 2 hours long. That's a special 2-hour show. Special 2-hour show.
Starts at 8:30.
Yeah, 8:30, done at 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock. So John Kuhn, we've gone a little bit over, but of course with the Mean Gene stuff, and that was a powerful moment. Thank you for being here to share it with us. Thank you so much. Again, he loved you so much. He always talked about you the most. But what's your final word to all these great Packers fans here tonight?
Whatever happens this season, enjoy this ride, because just like this Brewers season, it could be very special. And whether we finish with a championship or not, enjoy every step of the way. Don't take it for granted, because it goes like that.
There you go. Words of wisdom from the General. So for the General, for Ricardo, and the rest of the Clubhouse Live crew, I'm Brett Christopherson saying so long. Be back here next Monday night, 6:30 at the Fox Club, as we celebrate a big Packers victory over the Detroit Lions with Evan Williams. In the meantime, everybody, let's hear those Mean Gene cheers. Take it away.